And so they came, at a friend's behest. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came.
Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Rude Man, and we're back in Ul'dah. I came in here and I made a plate for the glamour dresser, and I chose some new clothes to replace the ones that I'm wearing. They don't replace them. Okay, so that's what we're going to look like. And all I did was take this this top and this bottom right here. The rest, the shoes that we've gone on will remain the same. The hands will remain the same. If he's wearing a hat, it'll remain the same. I did take the earrings out and the necklace off. Now, what that does is these are Emperor's new earrings and Emperor's new necklace. What that does is it replaces what I'm wearing with nothing. So all it does is disguise it. Now, these clothes, I won't be putting these clothes on. What it does is it glamours what I'm already wearing to look like this. So I'm actually wearing the higher level clothes that I got for being a dancer. I'm actually wearing them. So I'm getting credit for that in that, like the top that I'm wearing is, if you look over down below here, you'll see that it's item level 255. It's for a level 60 dancer. So if I looked at another top, like say this one, it's only item level 1. There's no armor to it. That one also item level 1. This one here, a toadskin jacket, is only item level 30. So your defense and everything is very low. So I want to have the higher level stuff, but I don't want it to look like it does. So then now all you have to do is when you're in town, since I set up that plate, is I can just go to character and go to this middle glamour plate right here and choose the plate that I want. There's the summoner plate that I had made, and then this is the one that I just made. And I dyed the top white and the pants white. And so I can just apply that. And now I'm wearing the clothes, but that's what I look like. Okay, so we got to head back to Foundation. So let's go. Let's see, what do we have in inventory? Oh, God, I got stuff I need to get rid of. All right. Let me do that. Yeah, we're back in Foundation, and now we need to go find Sid. So let's see. I think he's. Where am I? This way? Actually, I think it's Alphino I need to find. There he is. Alphino, my boy. When last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Isgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, or mayhap even the Skysteel manufactory, but let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is, who? Sir Aymeric would seem the obvious choice, but there's no guaranteeing he will be able to grant us an audience at such short notice. I have it. Count Edmund's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy See's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if the Lord Emmanuelan is about. Okay, let's see. We got teleport here. And we're going to head back to the last vigil. And go in and talk to the young lad. Even if he is a buffoon. There he is. Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old boy? Well, I trust. In search of a Sid Garland, you say? Then say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and the name of that said silver-haired genius has cropped up more often than most. I hear he has been tasked with getting the monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. 'Twould seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I'll wager their master does too. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, Kit, we must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. Do we have to trouble him? Can't we just ask him for his help? He owes us. We've saved the world a dozen times. There he is. Almost ran right by him. Hey, you Sid. Kit, Alphino, how fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Well, we've always looked like this. Greetings, Master Garland. I'm sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we have need of a favor. Another wind barrier. And you say it was conjured by Nidhogg? The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. The Devorians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, well, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. But there must be something we can do, some manner of weapon we could employ. Estinian stands vigil at the edge of the churning mist, but we do not know how much longer. All right. I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. You're gonna need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave that new toy of yours a proper field test. It's probably best if I let the lads show you. Come on, man. To the manufactory's not far. All right, let's see where we're at. This way. His clothes match his tail, all white and stuff. All right, where are we at? Sky Steel Manufactory. There we go. Up the stairs and round the corner. Hey, Biggs. What's up, buddy? Our little project's just inside. Oh, you're going to like this one.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
A mana cutter? Not a woman a cutter? Wow, that's kind of nifty
guys,
looking.
Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them.
Well, they didn't disagree.
They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
I'll bet you are.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
And what would that be? It doesn't actually fly?
The energy conversion ratio is bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, lots of places you can't.
Well, then that's not nice.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
No, I don't forgive puns. I hate puns. Yes.
Tataru, what's happened?
He's in love with Tataru.
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Ulda. It's about Her Grace, the Sultana.
What about her?
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the mana cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds.
Okay.
You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
Yes, I kind of chose that outfit so because it looks a little bit more like armor, but it still looks a little bit like dancing. Without those balloon pants. What was that, MC Hammer pants? Anyway. So, what's up, girl? A general summons. Tataru has news for you from Ulda. General Ruban says that they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts. And he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Kit. Pressing though Ishgard plight may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the man-cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanalin and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estinian. Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphen O. To the waking sands, warrior of light. 'Tis past time Ulda was delivered from its darkness. Well, okay then. Enter the waking sands. Can we still get there by teleportation? Do I still have Aetheryte tickets? I only have 34 of those. Oh, I got tons of those. It's nighttime. Look at the stars. The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. That's all I know of that song. Okay, let's go in and see what's going on.
Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
Cool. What about your arm? Did it grow back?
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery.
Okay. What's that mean?
There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
Oh, wow. So she really wasn't dead or poisoned. Well, she was poisoned, but it's a sleep poison, not a death poison.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
No, it cannot.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady-in-waiting, Meriel.
There you go. Now, in a previous episode of Hildebrand, I think I showed you some of my characters that I made that were replicas of NPCs, and I did have one of her, Yugiri. There are some slight differences because you can't make them look exactly like they are. They're special characters. Some of them have special hairdos and such, so I had to choose a hairdo that was similar to this, but isn't quite right. And it's enough that when you see her, you say, oh, it's Yugiri.
We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the silver
We shall
bazaar.
find. I want to be able to do that. Usually when they do that, it makes a noise like whoosh. Mine doesn't do that. I don't know.
But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours?
You betcha. As long as you take care of it better than you took care of yours.
Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends. For Nanamo, and for Ulda!
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, you notice that the back of her hair has two pigtails. I couldn't find anything like that. So On my character, she just has long black hair that's cut off straight at the bottom. And since you're basically not really looking at her, unless you're playing her, you'll never know the difference. If you're playing her, you're going to see it right away because this is the angle you're looking at is behind her. But anyway. Our target is Mariel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Yeah, we have, actually. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Muriel is still in hiding there. Sounds like a plan, Stan. I kind of realized in the last episode that the bars that I have set up here are not adequate enough. I'm missing some things. But anyway, I'll have to figure that out. I don't really need it unless I'm going to be in some kind of battle. Let's see. Can I take... I don't think this ferry goes that way. No, it doesn't. But I can fly. So we'll fly that way. There is a ferry that goes over there, but it's not that one. There's another ferry right down here. Right here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and take it just for kicks and giggles. Because it's raining and it's storming and I can't see very well flying anyway, so. But I think this will take us to the Silver Bar. Oh, well, at only... Yeah. Take the ferry to the Silver Bazaar. Hey, you layabouts. Why were you laying in the rain? Go find some place to be that's got cover. It's crazy. You people are crazy. Mariel, aye, she's here. Left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. It's the one closest to the market entrance. Okay, that's good to know. Good thing we went to the ferry. We got the information we needed right away. Don't even have to talk to the other two. Latest, the one nearest to the entrance, which would be that one over there. It seems I haven't got the Kokobo keep from this area. That's odd. All right, let's talk to this lady. Kickapoo! And what brings you to our lonely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage just about doubled our population. Looking for Mariel, you say. If you hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up. Now the girl's done with city life. Yeah, she probably got paid off pretty good. Either that or threatened pretty good that if she opened her mouth, she was dead. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear this. What masters are you? These must be criminals trying to take the place over. Yeah, so it was the closest one to the entrance, and that's the entrance right there. So it must be this house right here. And there she is. What's wrong with Alphino? Looks like he's going to cry.
The Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me.
Oh, don't lie. Jeez. Doesn't help you. You're going to run right into Raban.
General Alden.
You're supposed to be dead. Oh, she's going to pee her pants.
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap 'twould be better coming from me.
Kill him. Kill him. I wouldn't put up with him.
Lonorito, you'd best talk fast.
Yeah, you should have taken him out that night you took the other guy out. They were both together.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're agreeing.
When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Yes, what of her?
I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison.
Well, kind of in a way, it's still a poison.
You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan.
Yeah, we're aware of that.
I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
You conniving little worm. You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution.
Yeah. Rich guys.
Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed.
Yeah, these guys are so pompous that they'll... right to his face. He should take his other sword out and just use it.
Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended.
Well, yeah, that the damage has already been done.
Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
Yeah, that benefits
The hells
you.
we will. Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teledji Adeledji without trial?
Well, then 2 more won't do any different. Take them out right now. That's what I'd do.
Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law.
Yeah, like you guys follow that.
If you would, Lord Lolorito?
There better be a cure.
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
Yeah, you're stupid, because you know he won't do it anyway.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
You know, his scheme did. His scheme called for her to be slept, not killed. I guess he's right about that. He did save the Sultana's life.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
Yeah, with you behind the scenes, running all the markets and stuff. Buttheads. A good stomp would have taken him out. You wouldn't even need your other arm. Well, Mariel, the woman, she saved the Sultana's life too. She gave her the sleeping thing instead of the poison, so, you know, and she was probably forced into it anyway. By the 12, I feared Lord Lorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Little did I suspect that he, of all people, would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. That's not why he's doing it. Awakening in Ul'dah, Alphanod would see this dark chapter in Uldah's history brought to a close. Shall we also make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Well, I should hope so. I don't know what would stop us. I could have teleported there, but I fancy a little flight in the rain. We're almost there anyway. How refreshing. I would just assume, since we're at the desert, it's a warm rain. I would like to think. I used to like a warm summer rain when I was growing up, especially after cut grass. All right, let's see. We need to go to the promenade, or promenade, lemonade. Old Barty, he likes it when you call him Barty. Bartholomew should be a cat. Bartholomew. God, they all walk so damn slow in this game. Oh, I hope her feet ain't getting cold. She ain't got no slippers on. God, that bed looks like it's rock hard. Like a stone. Yeah, because these little people look so youthful, she actually is just a little girl.
I was having the longest dream.
I'll bet you were.
'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands.
Does it? It was raining when we just came in. I need some of that poison. Wake up that Perky.
Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she is none the worse for her slumber.
Cool beans.
I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens.
Nah, I think she's probably changed her mind.
Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition.
Oh,
'Tis
really?
in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are
And
you
that's
privy to new intelligence, my lord?
Yeah, that's exactly why he didn't want the Sultana dead, because she wanted to give the government back to the people. He doesn't want that. Doesn't benefit his money.
I I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrias. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
Oh, great.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle.
Great.
My lords and lady, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Telegi Adelegi and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
Hmm.
'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same.
Yeah, you're the one that caused it all, starting that stupid army of yours. Crystal Braves.
I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves.
Yeah, they
Among
didn't do
the
any good
recruits,
anyway.
There were those who supported our order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely.
I hope they don't.
Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified grand company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption.
Yeah, it was all your fault.
As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
Are you going to try to take over again? All right, so we're missing Papalimo. We're missing, what's that gal's name? Issa. Thancred. Ishtola. Who else? I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil. But the fact remains, there is no man alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the path of my despair. A brave resolution. Alphino would know how things stand at the Rising Stones. Oh, we're going back there, huh? Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this man-cutter of theirs is nearing completion. You that anxious to fight a dragon? I'm assured that Her Grace will make a full recovery. I and Ulda, too, shall flourish once more. General Raban and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Yuguri, a question, if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand at the Rising Stones? Yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilbert's defeat. The only blue uniforms will be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphino. To me? Oh, I see. I am grateful to hear that. At least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwart for their services. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Kit? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. All right, so we're going to head back to the Rising Stones, but my time is run up for today. So I'll meet you there in the next episode. I hope you had fun today, and I hope to see you then. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Ta-ta for now.